Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zang here, and today I've got another VGC 14 battle for you guys from the May International Challenge since you guys are awesome and got 500 likes in less than a day, so let's aim for 500 likes on this video to support daily uploads. Anyway, like I said, this battle was from the International Challenge, which actually ended last night. It was a really fun tournament overall. I didn't take it as seriously as I probably should have, but in the end I got to feature a lot of fun games with Miltank and Alamomola. I got to stream a bit. Thank you to everyone who tuned in, and at the end of the day I still ended up with the rating over 1700. So overall, a success, and it's definitely fun using some Pokemon I've never used before. Anyway, today's battle features Miltank, Zapdos, Mega Lucario, and Talonflame. You'll see my opponent Kyle is running Mawile, Mamoswine, Rotom Heat, and Aerodactyl. So let's get right into the battle. Going into the battle, I knew that Mamoswine would be a Pokemon that was a huge threat, just because I didn't have very many ways to take care of it, and I was worried whether it was a Choice Scarf or Choice Band variant. Choice Scarf actually gives me a lot of issue because I can't paralyze it with my Miltank, and my Mega Lucario is outsped by it, so I was very worried about that right from the start. But as the game begins, he goes with Aerodactyl and Rotom Heat as his leads against my Zapdos and Miltank. And on the first turn, he actually goes for a Taunt onto Miltank instead of the Rock Slide, which I expected. I'm even happier not to see Rock Slide because I actually went for the Thunderbolt onto Aerodactyl as long as with the Seismic Toss with Miltank. So I know I'll be able to KO Aerodactyl right from the start. Of course, I get a full para here, but it's not going to matter as I bring him down to his Focus Sash. Zapdos, of course, takes a bit of damage from its Life Orb. Miltank is going to get that Seismic Toss off. However, now Miltank can't use moves like Milk Drink and Thunder Wave and Helping Hand. But I do knock out the Aerodactyl, which is really great, just because, you know, it's always annoying having Aerodactyl around with the ability to Tailwind and Rock Slide continuously. Now, my opponent's Rotom Heat gets a critical hit Thunderbolt onto my Zapdos, but Zapdos, pretty specially defensive, still is able to hang on here. Now, this following turn, I don't want to switch out because I want to see what item Mamoswine has, so I just kind of leave my Zapdos in to scout out the item, and because Mamoswine actually goes after the Zapdos, that reveals to me that it is not carrying a Choice Scarf, which is really good. I'm also really happy because he went for the Earthquake here, and because I got some Hidden Power Ice damage off, meaning that I break any potential Focus Sash the Mamoswine has, which is another item you often see on Mamoswine. The Earthquake does a good amount to the Miltank, actually, and combined with that Thunderbolt brings me down all the way to 29 HP, and of course Miltank can't heal from its Milk Drink, so I'm kind of stuck right now. I don't want to be pulling any switches because I've got a Talonflame and a Lucario in the back, and I want to switch those two in safely. Mamoswine does get another Earthquake off, and this is going to knock out my Miltank. I'm going to lose Zapdos and Miltank this turn, but I played it setting up so that Rotom Heat and Mamoswine would faint to the two Pokemon I have in back, which are, of course, Talonflame and Mega Lucario. And in Team Preview, I saw that he had Mawile, so I knew that I would probably want to lock myself into Flare Blitz instead of Brave Bird with Talonflame. Of course, I am running a Choice Band Talonflame, and you never really want to bring Choice Band Talonflame when you can't have it switch out, so I knew I'd have to play a bit carefully, and assuming that my opponent did have the Mega Mawile in the back, you'll see this is the why I make the play I do this turn. Of course, Lucario is faster than both Pokemon on the field right now on my opponent's side, so I just go for the Flare Blitz in close combat. He does not switch out, which I'm really happy to see because Flare Blitz is able to knock out this Mamoswine. Although Mamoswine does have Thick Fat with the critical hit, I am, of course, Choice Banded still, and Talonflame is just really powerful in that regard. And so I do pick up the KO there as Lucario does go for the close combat. Of course, boosted by adaptability is going to knock out that Rotom Heat. So suddenly, I take things back into my favor. Momentum swings into my favor as I take a 2-1 lead and I knock out both of my opponent's Pokemon. And I'm pretty relieved to see Mawile as my opponent's last Pokemon. However, it's still not over yet as he could actually Sucker Punch my Talonflame to KO it. I'm not sure if Talonflame would be able to survive that or not, since I did take some damage from the recoil, but Mawile is going to Mega Evolve, and I know even if he does Sucker Punch me, I'll be able to get to knock out him with the close combat. So I'm not really too worried. The game is pretty much won at this point, I think. But his Mawile does go for Protect. My close combat, of course, goes into that, as Talonflame's Flare Blitz also goes into that. So useless turn. Here he doesn't go for the Sucker Punch. So my Mega Lucario is able to do close combat. Does around 60% even after Intimidated. So now I know the game is basically over, as my Talonflame does get that super effective Flare Blitz. Of course, boosted by Choice Band, going to be a one-hit knockout onto that Mawile after boosted the damage from that Lucario's close combat. So take a 2-0 win here. Pretty fun game. Fast-paced like a lot of the games I had, but in the end, just overall fun. Yeah, I got to feature Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario is honestly one of my favorite Pokemon in the format after playing in this tournament. The ability to get so many one-hit knockouts on Pokemon like Rotom or Garchomp and outspeeding them, Kangaskhan especially, is really, really good. And it's really become one of my favorite Pokemon. To everyone who's been wondering about the set, it's just a 252, 252, 4 in attack and speed and 4 HP, Jolly Nature. Didn't get to re-EV or get to figure out a good EV spread since I just got this from my friend right before the tournament, but it's a lot of fun. Definitely recommend you try it out. Of course, Miltank Miltank, Zapdos, and Choice Band Talonflame are also fun too. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed this battle, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. Alright, peace.